Hi, it's Alicia Little, and in this episode of the Digital Jampreneur, we're going to talk about creating your first online course. Monetization. What is monetization? It's the act of changing something into money, the conversion of something, in this case, your passion, into cash. So let's use it in a sentence. Right now, you have passions and skills that you can monetize. So this is my mission, helping people to monetize their passions and skills for themselves so they can be their own boss. 20 years ago, my then boyfriend and I created a website. It was so ugly. It was green with black writing on it. But back then, we're just proud that we set up a website. And in our first year online, we grossed $500,000. And it was a course just about some knowledge that he had in trading the Forex market. And this is when I became totally addicted to the power of the internet. Now, I ended up marrying that man. And then I walked out 10 years later, and we had launched a great business together, worked on it for 10 years, but during the divorce, he locked me out of the business, the bank account, the client database, and I had to start over from scratch. I had nothing. I went from being a millionaire to being completely broke. But what I realized at the point when I was at my lowest is that the one thing he couldn't take away from me was my knowledge. I knew how to create courses and sell it online. So I started over again, creating courses, selling it online, and building up to become a millionaire once again. Now my passion is helping people to turn their knowledge and profits into an internet-based business. And when you have that knowledge, no matter what happens to you, you control your financial future. So what are the first steps in starting an online business? Well, let's start by covering the 3 Ps. P number 1 is passion. What are you passionate about? And a great way to think about this is, what do other people call you and ask you for advice about? What do they ask for your help on or direction about? Now think about this. When someone asks you for advice on something, what does that say about the way they think about you on that topic? It says that they feel you are an expert on that topic, right? So if other people think that you are an expert on the topic, you are an expert on the topic. The next P is platform. Where will you sell your skills? Will you sell a service or will you sell a course? Will you sell it on social media, advertise it on sites like Fiverr.com and Upwork.com? Pick your platform. And P number 3 is payment. What will you charge and how will you get paid? There are so many different ways to get paid. It's just important to know what's out there and make sure that you set yourself up for the right payment processor. Now, entrepreneurship isn't for everyone. It's for those who would like to look in the mirror every day and say hello to that boss who's looking right back at them. For those who want to step out and say yes to turning their visions and ideas into reality. Can you be an entrepreneur on the side? Let's say you have a career, but you want to dabble into starting your own business. Yes, of course you can. And this business then becomes your side hustle. Now, why is it so important to explore entrepreneurship and taking your passions and bringing them to life in a business? Well, I want to introduce you to a book. This book is called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. It's by author Bronnie Ware, and it gives you a lot of wisdom into people's thoughts as they depart this world. Now, Bronnie's job was to talk to those who were at the end of their life and listen to their stories. And as I read this book, and I'm just on regret number 1 that I'm going to share with you. Regret number 1 says, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. And Bronnie goes on to tell a story about a lady named Grace. And Grace says that she regrets not living a life that was true to herself And Bronnie says that this was the most common regret of them all. It was also the one that caused the most frustration as her clients, the patients that she was seeing, came to realize. Grace says that Grace, who was one of the sweetest people Bronnie had ever met, says that I wanted to do things for me and I just didn't have the courage. And that word courage is so important. The book goes on to talk about how Grace, desperately unhappy, continued giving her working week to an industry that did nothing for her soul. There are plenty of people who love jobs in banking, Grace says, and I am happy for them. But Grace says that she wanted to do something for herself, but she couldn't do right with her family and was struggling to be who they wanted her to be. Staying in a good job at least kept them off her back in that area of her life. She felt trapped by fear and the potential pain that would be created by setting herself up for even more judgment than she had already endured. And in her last words, Grace said, "Live a life true to your heart, darling. Don't ever worry what others think." So, how do you live your passion and create that course that has impact? Remember that your value is the problem you solve for others. The bigger the problem, the higher your value is regarded. So, let's start off by answering 3 questions. Question number 1, what is this course about? What are you going to create your course on? What is it about? Question number 2, who does it serve? Who are those that you serve? And question number 3, what are 4 things that they will accomplish or benefits that they will have after going through the course? And it's not just a certificate. For example, in my course, How to Launch an Online Business, after the 4 weeks, my students will have created their course, uploaded it to their own website, and uploaded it to an e-learning platform. So, what will your students walk away with after they have completed your course? Listen, e-learning is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Even before this pandemic, the e-learning industry was expanding at an upward pace. But now with unprecedented employment, millions and millions of people internationally have gone to the internet to upskill themselves and learn about working online. The closure of businesses and educational institutions have led to explosive growth as more and more organizations are investing in virtual learning experiences. According to a new study by Global Market Insights, the e-learning market is set to reach $375 billion by 2026. So, as you jump into the e-learning market, offering your knowledge and skills in the form of a course, what format do you put your course in? Well, traditionally, I've created courses that have 20 videos and are a comprehensive deep dive into the topic that I'm teaching. But more recently, I've created micro courses that are small courses that just have a segment of a topic. So, as an example, a comprehensive course about graphic design would be about all the tools, color wheels, all this stuff, but a micro course would be something small like how to create a YouTube thumbnail using a free tool called Canva. Both are great options, but with shorter attention spans of youth, the micro courses work so well. Micro courses allow your users to experience completion quicker, which gets them ready to purchase your next course from you. Virtual classrooms are also extremely popular right now. And this is where you would have open enrollment. So you'd have a start date and an end date to your course. And all of your students would be watching you live as a teacher on a platform like Zoom, or you would stream live into a members-only Facebook group. Okay, let's create your course topic. What is your course going to be about? Let me give you a great example for one of my most popular courses. The course is called the Design Masterclass. And then the subtitle, or what the course is actually about, is called How to Do Graphic Design Without Opening Photoshop. So when I'm talking about this one sentence that describes what the course is about, it's the how-to in the beginning. So how to do graphic design, and then I'm looking at what the objection of my average student would be, and the objection is, I can't even open Photoshop. I don't want to open Photoshop. That's too complicated. So now in the second part of this description of my course, I overcome their objection without opening Photoshop. So the course is called, or the description of the course is, How to Do Graphic Design Without Opening Photoshop. So as you think about your course, what is your course title? Mine was the Design Masterclass. And then what is that description of what your course is about? How to blank without blank. And remember, the without is overcoming their main objection. Think about your course for just a minute and take a pen and paper and write how to blank without blank. If you do this for every course you create, you'll get closer and closer to understanding what makes people buy. It's the how-to, the what they want to learn, without, it's that main objection that they have. Now, your biggest question is probably, how do I come up with the content? How do I know what people want to learn when it comes to my topic? So I've got a great way to do that, and that is I go straight to Google. So let's go to Google and do some exploring on that course topic. All right, so let's say that you want to teach how to potty train a puppy. So the first thing that I want you to do is to type into Google, how to potty train a puppy. And do not press enter, just leave it just like that. And now what you see is that there are other suggestions that come up. We call this Google Suggest, and it shows you the other things that people are researching when they're Googling for how to potty train a puppy. So how to potty train a puppy fast, how to potty train a puppy in an apartment, how to potty train a puppy to go outside, how to potty train a puppy when you work, with a bell at night, on pads, without a crate. So these are the things that you know that people are looking for when it comes to how to potty train their puppy. So you would write these down and keep these as the different things that you would create in your course. So if this was my course, and I was doing, for example, a video sales letter or describing the course, I would say, hi, I'm Alicia Little, and in this course, I will teach you how to potty train your puppy. We're going to talk about methods that will allow you to potty train your puppy fast. And whether you're in an apartment or in a home, we want to make sure that we teach you how to potty train your puppy to go outside when you work and at night. We will cover how to potty train your puppy with a crate and without a crate, and the technique of using a bell for potty training. So you see, I just covered a lot of the things that people are looking for when it comes to how to potty train a puppy. Now, let's go ahead and press enter. And now you will see this section in Google called People Also Ask. These are other questions that people are asking when they're searching for this topic, how to potty train a puppy. So, how do you housebreak a puppy in 5 days? Can an 8-week-old puppy be potty trained? How long does it take to potty train a puppy? And if you click on any of these questions in the People Also Ask section, it will generate more questions for you. Use this as a great brainstorming session as you're exploring how to create your course and looking for the content that you would like to put in it. Now, you have just found a lot of great information that people are looking for that you need to answer in your course. Here's another one. Where should a puppy sleep the first night? Should I wake my puppy up to pee at night? These questions that people have are more than likely questions that the people that buy your course will have as well. There's no better time than today for you to start your online course. So take some of these tips and strategies, put pen to paper, and start outlining your online course. Look, the times that we're in now, digital learning has gone mainstream. In fact, the media has put so much attention on the fact that digital learning is the way to go now and even post-pandemic. And you see that even in America, as we look at the headlines in the media, I noticed that the media said a great way to spend your stimulus money is in e-learning. So, will you have an online course by the end of this year? I know that you will, and I'm pushing and encouraging you to make that happen for yourself. And I want to remind you to have the courage. It's in your heart. You have a calling that's in your heart. And I'm just asking you to have the courage to live a life that in the end has no regrets. And to do that, you must follow your passion. And I hope that your passions and your skills take you to creating an online course with impact. So I hope that you've enjoyed this episode of the Digital Jampreneur. For previous episodes, I want you to visit internetincomejamaica.com. Click on the Digital Jampreneur and you'll find previous episodes of this show. And if you go to internetincomejamaica.com and click on courses, you'll find courses that will help you to navigate this online space and to start your own online business. Bye. See you in the next episode.